Hey guys, it's Mike Monty, one half of Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. And we want to reach out to all the fans out there who have supported our show to say thank you. Thank you for making 2021 one of our best years. And one of our best years was because of Anchor. Anchor, the way that you can have your voice heard. You can be just like us. Record your own podcast. Use the Anchor tools to edit your podcast. Use it on a phone. Use it on your computer. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all with Anchor, they're totally free. So be just like Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty and the Pharaoh. We're looking together for a great 2022. We've got huge guests coming on board. Oh, yeah. You probably wonder why Jimmy's not here right now. Well, he's prepping for one of the best interviews we're about to have, and we're going to surprise someone with. So hang aboard with us, and don't forget, be like us and use Anchor.
Method of business would persist until the formation of the National Wrestling Alliance in 1948. The NWA as a central governing body, with its singular, undisputed world champion, would be absolute and undeniable. This control, combined with the expansion of the interstate highway system, and the inevitable popularity and availability of regional television, would usher in an era of wrestling that was defined by what would come to be known as the territory system. The territory system would dominate wrestling for nearly 4 decades. While the borders, authority, popularity, and obedience of individual NWA territories was in a near constant state of flux, to this day the impact and influence of these territories is still felt. Each territory had its own signature promoter and star. While it is impossible to cram these characteristics into a static, concrete map, we are damn sure going to try anyway.
So open up your eyes way before it gets too late. Now one man, that's not why you can. Hit the street lights running, don't give a damn. A simple explanation that you'll never find. Sinners never sacrifice. We never leave love alone. Is hate really worth the price? Look at what we've done. Never care for compromise. Always threatening someone's life, and it feels like the end of the world.
All right, welcome to another edition of This Week in Pro Wrestling with your host, Mike Monty and Jimmy Pharaoh. Jimmy, I guess you're right. WrestleMania's been decided. Cody Rhodes names surprising dream opponent after WrestleMania 39, the American Nightmare versus Johnny Wrestling. That's who he wants to wrestle.
This is the headline this is how we start the show.
This is how we're starting the
Cody
show.
Rhodes. Oh, you mean after Cody Rhodes?
Cody Rhodes is already
dethrones-
saying after WrestleMania 39, my next opponent I'd love to fight is Johnny Wrestling.
So let's just say he dethrones Roman Reigns, because
Right.
that's what we're thinking would probably happen.
Right.
Okay, so he dethrones, and that's his first title defense.
That's his dream title. It doesn't mean that WWE will go with it.
I don't
I'd be
think-
shocked if they would.
I
but
think that would be on the back burner for a good 2-3 year run in.
probably.
What are you kidding?
How about never? The
Yeah,
never
probably
list.
never. Maybe Comac High
But
main event.
again, I know it's fake wrestling, but it's like, why
Why
would you
you
talk?
do-
Why would you
What?
talk about your dream opponent when you're supposedly in a major program with maybe the greatest world champion of our era?
It would be nice if Cody realized that he's living his dream moment right now.
Yes.
What are you talking about Johnny Wrestling for?
Exactly.
Hey, I heard he wants to fight Kenny Omega after that.
See, like if a reporter asks, like, who would you like to wrestle? Shouldn't he just say, listen, man, keep it like straight and say, hey, listen, man, I'm focused on destroying the bloodline.
Yeah, somebody keep kayfabe, please.
A little bit.
That's kind of lame. Yeah, okay, I could see a problem
But
with that.
when I read the article, I said, well, I guess he's just winning the title.
Yeah, I think he is. I really do
Which
think
is
he is.
just so
I know you're so depressed.
incredibly
Why are you so
disappointing.
depressed about this? Come on, he's a good face. He's a
He's
Rhodes.
not the answer. Look.
There is no
WWE's
answer.
He's
Roman
it
is the answer.
So stay with the answer.
Always, forever. What if he's tired? Wants to go home.
That's the only caveat you keep sending to me,
think
and you're
he's
probably
tired.
right.
I think he's tired.
He's tired of working
and he
twice a
wants
week.
to maybe wants to hang out with that kid's mom.
Maybe.
I love you, Roman.
Maybe.
Mom.
Maybe.
Did you see she had you could see her
was
shoulders and
pretty- she
everything.
was pretty hot.
She was ready to go.
She was pretty hot.
She was ready to go.
Listen, so on Wednesday night, AEW reveals the next TNT title challenger after a Face of Revolution ladder match. So basically, they had an Revolution ladder match.
Okay.
Who had Powerhouse Hobbs,
Okay.
Action Andrade, Sammy Guevara, Commander, Ortiz, and whatever, Takashita and Eddie Kingston. So
A future shot at the
so I'm
TNT
watching
Championship.
this, right?
I have a future shot at the TNT Championship.
you do.
Yeah. I faced the winner of that won this match privately.
Well, so
Quick
there's
tap out.
There's a point in this ladder match a few times where they're doing these high-level spot moves,
Yeah.
and 3 referees are holding the ladders. And I'm like, what is this? What is this?
Aiding and abetting nonsense.
Let me ask you this. If you
Now I know
can't-
why you called it fake wrestling a few seconds ago.
Thank you.
I understand now.
I'm like,
why are they holding the fucking ladder?
Well, okay, so 2 trains of thought. Number one,
Didn't want
if
anybody
you're going to
to
do
fall?
this stuff, is your production better? Get your production better.
Right.
Or 2,
Right.
how about don't do some crazy spot shit from the ladder?
Right.
Like, just do a straight ladder match.
Oh,
I mean, they
imagine
did a
that.
move last night where the guys flipped off the ladder into the friggin' fans.
You gotta have
And all the rest were holding the ladder because obviously the ladder's not going to hold.
Right.
And how about this? They put something so high. Why do you have to make the wrestler go all the way to the top of the ladder? Why not, why does he have to go to the top? Like a guy like Powerhouse
minute,
Hobbs. Do you think Powerhouse Hobbs feels comfortable on a ladder?
I would think absolutely not. He might not even feel comfortable just getting into his car.
Yeah.
He might, there's balance required when you sit down.
What the? Wow. I wasn't going that way. I was trying to say the guy's like a monster.
Well, that's a toilet seat when you sit down. That's a different kind
Right,
of
I gotcha.
coordination.
I gotcha.
Okay. So what was the final outcome of this wonderful contest?
Powerhouse Hobbs will be the
Right.
will be the winner
Okay.
of Samoa Joe
Okay.
and Wardlow.
Okay.
from-
wow, we got some
Because
some
that
big
pay per view, I
boys.
think the pay per view is Saturday.
Mhm.
Oh, you know what we should have did? The one thing I didn't put on the script is we should have made our predictions. I'll pop it up on the computer and we'll
Oh.
see. Make some quick predictions.
Okay.
But that's my next question to you. You run a wrestling organization. Tony Khan's running a wrestling organization, and do you think you could come up with better names than Revolution? Right. That's the pay per view, right?
The face of the Revolution ladder match.
That's the name of the organization. I'm not the organization. The pay per view.
Okay.
It's like, really, Revolution. That's what you're coming up with.
that's not sexy.
It's just terrible.
Well, think about all the great pay-per-view names they've come up with with Vince over the
Go ahead.
years. Well, what about the big 4 right off the bat? Royal Rumble. Fantastic name for an event.
That is a fantastic name.
WrestleMania.
That's
The
also
greatest.
very good.
SummerSlam.
Very good.
You hear these? Survivor Series. This is some great shit. Wait, King of the Ring. How about, aren't there more? Wait a minute.
King
There's,
of the
there's
Ring.
more. They have so many.
Oh, by the way,
okay, Great
last
Balls
night's
of Fire
Dynamite,
wasn't so
last
great.
night's Dynamite went to 833,000. I think things aren't working over there.
Right.
Oh,
So
hold
when
on.
CM Punk coming back to push it over 1 million again?
All right, so let me read you some of the matches for 2023 AEW Revolution.
Okay.
All right, let me see here. What do we got?
It's an action-packed card filled with superstars. Jam-packed.
All right, we got MJF against Bryan Danielson.
Well, MJF probably win that. Right?
Any chance, Bryan Danielson?
I guess there's always a chance that, he can win the match, but I don't... Would that make sense if he beats MJF? No.
it doesn't.
MJF.
All right. Wardlow against Samoa Joe.
Wardlow.
So he's going to win his belt back?
Yeah. How do you feel about Joe, being active again, by the way?
I like Joe.
Joe's cool.
Joe's like Christian. He just hangs around.
Ooh, that's rough. I like Joe more than Christian.
I
think
do
he's
too.
Got, I
I
think
do
he's got
too.
more personality.
I do too.
I
agree.
think Joe deserved a better career than Christian. How about that?
Wow. A lot of people think fans out there think Christian's better than Edge, so I don't know.
Get bent.
Jamie Hayter against Ruby Soho and Soraya.
Doesn't Jamie Hayter like win every damn time?
Well, she just recently won the belt.
You know.
I can see you staying up on your AEW.
No, I'm saying though, Jamie Hayter has been a pretty hot fucking.
Well, I
name.
can't imagine
That's
they
what
would
I
take
meant
it
by
from her.
that.
Yeah, sure, I
Yeah,
agree.
No,
I
I'm
got you.
saying she's been on a pretty damn good run. No, she ain't going nowhere.
Hangman Adam Page against Jon Moxley.
God, I don't care.
They've got odds here. Wow. They got odds here. Minus 600 for Adam Page, plus 350 for Jon Moxley. I don't know why they don't have Will They Bleed, because that would be like, against bleeding would be like.
I feel like Moxley should win
plus
that match.
4,000.
What is this betting odds on AEW anyway? That's lame.
Ricky Starks against Chris Jericho.
That's tricky. That's tricky. That one's tricky to me.
Why?
Because I can't figure out what exactly Ricky Starks is. What do you think of Ricky Starks?
I think Ricky Starks is
Small, though.
I
Isn't he
think
kinda
Ricky
small?
Starks is the poor man's Rocky.
He's kind of
Maivia.
small, right?
I, just,
Can you see? Let me ask you this: can you see Chris Jericho doing the favor? I can.
I thought they were going to go with the gimmick of Jericho all of a sudden not being able to win a match. I thought that's the
Right.
route they were going to go, and I think somewhere in Jericho's mind he decided, you know what? It sounded good to myself a couple of weeks ago. I don't want to be losing every
Right.
week. I don't want to tarnish myself.
I think Jericho should win the match, but I don't know if he's going to do the
You got to
favor.
start building future stars, man.
You gotta.
You buying that pay-per-view?
No.
You have an extra $40. You got nothing to do on a Saturday night. Are
No.
you buying it?
No, I am not. I am watching Star Trek reruns.
There you go.
There you go. Beat
Eddie
me up.
Kingston says he quits AEW after 3-1 AEW Dynamite. Eddie Kingston has left the building. Kingston competed briefly on AEW Dynamite in a ladder match, and he quit.
Oh, he quit? He
Yeah.
quit AEW?
Yeah, what do you think?
You believe he quit AEW?
If he did, he's an idiot. If
Isn't
it's
he,
real, he's an idiot.
isn't he working in Ring of Honor? That's part of AEW. I'm out of here! You fucking in Ring
Oh,
of,
is that what he's doing?
Aren't you in Ring of Honor?
I did not know that.
You know, all I'm saying is that even if he quits, are there even any openings currently at the post office?
That's a really good point.
Right?
I can't argue that, dude.
I mean, where is he going? Triple H is not going to be like, what a look you have.
Oh, we saw Eddie Kingston.
Yes.
And with 10 fans.
Excellent mic skills, right?
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Fine.
He
Again,
he's,
another
you know,
guy who can only work blue.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm going to keep saying this because these guys have
Mm-hmm.
proven to me, like, you got to go to the majors, man.
Yeah.
And you want to consider, you don't want to convince yourself that AEW is the majors. They're not. So show me you got more than what you got.
Right. I agree. I don't see anything.
So do you think
unless
this
he's
is,
there,
this
where's
is
he
probably
going?
certainly another stupid angle then?
It feels like one.
And who cares?
I don't care. I wonder if the post office cares.
You know what? I hate to say this now. AEW needs CM Punk more than ever. They need to go pay this guy
Dude,
and say, come back.
You know, we usually like to poke fun at AEW, but quite honestly, I think AEW sucks.
It's terrible.
I think it sucks. You know,
If that was
And
the
don't
only
hand me this
wrestling you
purist
had.
bullshit. You know what I mean? By the way, last night, in case you don't think that we appreciate wrestling, I sat and watched Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart.
Did you?
WrestleMania 12, the 1 hour Iron
You
Man
hung in there
match.
for an hour.
Ooh, what a match!
You enjoyed it.
Yeah, because you know what it is? It wasn't like, and even back then, that's what makes it magic, when it's placed correctly. Nowadays, this is just another thing. It's just part of the show. You know, we're going to have our flipping and our flying and our flooping. This was a great story. This was a great match. This wasn't the feud didn't get burnt out and repeated. It was just an amazing match. And by the way, I really thought about this too. I got to get this in fast with you. Can you think of any two competitors, that had a legendary feud who legitimately hated each other more?
That's a really
I thought of Hogan and Savage, but I don't think that even them hated each other more than Hart and Michaels. That might be the most animosity-filled, hatred-filled, true feud in the history of our business.
Well, let me think about this.
Our business.
I'm trying to think real people that didn't
I'm in
like
the
that really didn't like each other.
Right.
So Savage and Hogan had their on and off, but
Sure.
we could definitely say they didn't like each other.
But they were friends at
Right.
least. Hart and Michaels were never hanging out.
Edge and Cena didn't like each other.
Okay, but I can't put it on that level.
No, not even close.
Right.
You're right.
Right.
Triple H and The Rock did not like each other.
Right.
Not
you
on
know what?
that
That level.
No, this is as deep as it gets.
This is as deep as it gets. What a match.
and they
what a
still
great
kept,
match.
and they still kept it professional.
That was amazing.
But that match at that point, I don't think they had that much heat with each other.
They didn't like each other from day one. There was always a pissing contest. There was always territorial pissings, as Kurt Cobain once said.
How many weeks from Mania are we right now?
We're close, man. I don't know the exact
About
date.
4
can't
weeks,
say that.
I would
We're
say,
cl-
right?
We're close. We're getting there.
The one thing that's weird is we haven't had one Hall of Fame announcement yet.
Why? It used to
Did you-
happen all the time.
Yeah. So I
So
put together
why?
a list of who I actually think they're going to choose. I read some articles.
Who you think
and
they're really going? This is a list that you think they're going to
this
choose.
this is who I think they're going to tell me if you think yes or no. That's all I need to know. What you think
Personal
yes or no.
opinion or what I think they're going to do.
Whatever you think.
I'll do both.
Do both. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So not in any particular order.
Okay.
Michelle McCool.
I think that they will put her in the Hall of Fame. Do I think she's a Hall of Famer? My window is much tighter than most folks. No, I do not.
But you say 2023. You think
I think she'll
you
get
think
in.
that's a good chance that she'll be in there.
I think that she'll get in.
Cyndi Lauper.
This is ridiculous. She should have been in the Hall of Fame. The
now
moment
again.
they created
This is
it.
none of these people may be in.
Yeah,
I'm just taking a guess. Like if I'm saying this is the year Triple H is kind of running things, who do we got?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So right now you say if I gave you percentage wise, Michelle McCool, 2023, give me the Pharaoh's odds.
If she's truly in the mix,
I don't know if she's in the mix.
if she's okay,
Just tell me what percentage you think.
that Michelle McCool
Yeah.
gets it. Wow, that's so random. Considering I don't know what their thought process is every year when they
it's
put
just-
people in.
Just ask you to take a deep dive. That's all.
I would say eventually. Can I do
No,
eventually?
2023.
This year?
This year.
40-60.
40 yes.
40 yes,
Okay.
60 no. I
right.
don't know. That's really hard.
Cyndi
dude.
Lauper.
Wait a minute. Are you setting me up and then pointing out later on that
No. The reason I'm saying is I
This
said
is
to myself, I'm
interesting.
going to try to get the most realistic candidates from reading articles
Yeah.
who I think, and then also who I would love to see.
Okay.
And, I'm
Cindy
reaching.
Lauper.
Like, this is a reach for me.
Okay, I understand now. Okay, Cyndi Lauper, 0%. For some stupid, I think she hates them.
She doesn't. She
So what's
actually
the
responded
story?
to a Monte Nefaro tweet
Get out.
a year ago.
What did-
when
Where
I
was I for this?
I don't know.
Oh my God! I
But
missed this
basically,
one.
someone
possible, folks.
Someone was complaining,
Oy.
like we always do, why isn't Cyndi Lauper in?
Right?
And I wrote, from what I was told, because it was from an interview, I don't know who it was that told me, us, is that she didn't want to go in. Her response to that tweet
Was that JJ who told us
I don't remember.
with the music connection? It
Yeah,
might have been.
right.
It might, and Jimmy.
Right.
Right. Okay.
She wrote back, that's the first time I've ever heard that.
Okay. Cool.
So again, I kind of like
still
I
feel
want
zero.
it bad,
I
but
still
you're right.
feel-
Zero.
I still feel 0%. Although she's 100% should be in. You know.
Yeah, she deserves to be in. You want her in, but you say, nah, she ain't getting
Right.
put in.
Right.
Batista,
In. This year. In.
100%.
Yeah, I think so.
L.A.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Lex Luger.
My God, should he be in the Hall of Fame? 80-20. He's got a shot this year.
They did the documentary on him.
80-20. I would. He should be in.
Oh, yeah.
Lex Luger. Oh, by the way, going back real quickly, and I have to point out that the Nature Boy said this, but he made me think about it. Who else had a 10-year run that Batista had? Because he never came back, really. He only
Right.
came back for like a second.
Right.
But in general, he had that run, went to Hollywood, was pretty much done. What a run. Ric Flair was like, who does that?
Well, he
You know?
wanted to come back, and the fans kind of screwed him
They
on that.
fucked him on that. You
And
know
then
what
he
it
was
was?
like,
That
that
was
was it.
Wasn't that the year of Daniel Bryan?
Yeah,
Daniel
that was
Bryan.
the Daniel Bryan,
Dude,
yeah.
I hated that, by the way. I hated that as much as I hated the Kofi Mania.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop already with your gymnasts.
But then again, it was always
Although I do
amazing
respect
to watch
both of
like
them, but
college
come
games
on.
with people going yes, like
that was
it-
amazing.
It is
no,
pretty
look,
amazing.
that was
yeah.
huge. But I wasn't in.
All right, so
into
what are we
it.
talking on Luger? What do you think? So you got 100% on Batista, which is
Yeah,
cool.
I believe Batista's
Luger.
going in 80-20.
That's fair.
I think he's got a good shot.
Umaga.
100%. It's time.
How come?
The whole tribal
Yeah.
bloodline, you're not going to do it now. You're never going to do it. Do it. Do it, do it, do
Wow.
it, do it.
All
yeah,
right.
he should be in.
All right, Dark Horse.
None of the, like you said, none of these people could get in.
None of right.
I feel Batista's getting in, though. I really do.
Dark Horse, Midnight Express.
They should go in. They should go in. Will they?
Were you a big Midnight Express guy?
Dude, we didn't get a chance to see them the way we did
Right.
our guys on the East Coast. When I watched them on the the old vintage video, hell yeah, I loved them. I think they're great.
You did like them.
Oh yeah.
The music was always very,
Dude,
very
the music's
cool too.
killer too.
Which was
yes.
which was your best incarnation of the Midnight Express?
The original one? I like with Condrey and Bobby.
Bobby.
Yeah, I like that one. I like Dennis Condrey. I thought Dennis Condrey was.
You
Is
didn't like Sweet Stan
Dennis
Lane?
Condrey's still with us, right?
We were going to have them on
I would
studio.
love to.
From what I
have him.
understand, he has throat cancer,
Oh,
though.
man.
Or he had. Let me rephrase that.
About Stan the Man?
He had a larynx. Stan the Man. I always loved Stan.
Dude, what a dude!
Sweet Stan Lane, man.
Sweet,
Fucking guy rocked.
Amazing.
All right, and a really dark horse, Wolfie D. That answers that.
Sure
and
does.
with that, this has been This Week in Wrestling. I'm Mike Monty.
I'm the Pharaoh, and until next week in wrestling. Later.